Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Horizons 3. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a great day. I did a little bit between episodes. I went out slime hunting, and it took me much longer than I would like to admit, but I finally found a swamp, and it's like down here. Our base is somewhere, yeah, up here is our base. Down here, there's a swamp. Finally managed to find and capture a slime. So now I have slime pearls, and these are super useful for many things. First of all, please, there we go. First of all, I want to make this guy, the Coin of Fortune. I've been waiting on this for a long time. This is essentially a magnet, and it's probably the best magnet that, like, in the game. Or of modded Minecraft, not just in this mod pack, but just like in general. It basically instantly picks things up. So you can see I'm throwing this right now and it picks it up right away. It's super good. Also draws in XP. Yeah, it's amazing. Now, we have a little something here that we need to deal with. So some of you who are more observant notice that I'm eating potatoes instead of using this liquid meat stuff. The reason for that is I'm not actually making any more cows right now. We have no wheat. We have no way to produce wheat, and for that matter, potatoes and carrots in large quantities, because chunk loading's a little funky in this pack, and our farm is back home. So I want to make a new farm today that is going to provide us with all the wheat and stuff like that that we need. And I think the best way to do this involves making a bunch of Lilypads of Fertility. These things are amazing. They will boost the speed that crops grow in an area around them. But for them you needed slime pearls, which is why I couldn't actually do anything with this for quite some time. So we're gonna make a few of these. What is the component I'm missing? Ah, Catalyzing Glands. Okay. Well, that's easy enough, because I also captured a creeper here. So let's throw him into... tell you what. Let's break this out. Put you there. You... Creepers now. Make me creepers, please. And what we'll do... Spawn that. We should start getting Catalyzing Glands... and gunpowder. Oh, a little too slow. I'm too slow. Okay, tell you what. Let's change this to a blacklist real quick. And then what we need will end up in here, because all the drops. Yeah, there we go. So now we want whitelist, gunpowder, Catalyzing Glands. I don't care about the rest of this stuff. And that should be good. Okay. And you can go in there. Okay, so while this thing is running, this will get us a whole bunch of these Catalyzing Glands that we need. The other thing that I need a lot of is Lilypads, because in order to make the Lilypads of Fertility, you need a Lilypad, and I have a grand total of 1 right now. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back to that swamp and go get a whole bunch of Lilypads. I should have thought of it while I was there before, but I didn't. So, now I'm on a mission. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I went and I found a whole bunch of Lilypads, and I've also been letting this thing run for a while on creepers, so we've got a fair amount of these Catalyzing Glands now, a little over 3 stacks. Got a bunch of gunpowder and stuff as well, and I think we are ready to build this farm. So my plan here is, rather than go for a large farm, I want to go for a small but very fast farm. That's kind of my plan. So we're gonna hollow out a little bit of an area here, like a 5x5. Let's just clear some of this stuff out. There we go. And the crops are ultimately gonna go right here. This will be the dirt. And then we'll have an area of water around it. Like so. So let's just grab some, out of curiosity, is there like a fertilized soil? fertilized farmland. I don't think there's... I don't think there's one that's actually, like, faster. I think there's some options, but we'll just stick with this. This is fine. So we'll just put down a little bit. I feel like my... Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like my FOV is way off, and it was indeed. How did that get changed? Maybe it's been like that the entire episode, and I just didn't even realize. Anyway, so right around this, we'll have Lilypads of Fertility. But the cool thing about Lilypads of Fertility, or at least one of the cool things about them, is that they also work vertically. So what we can actually do is make a whole extra layer down here that will have more Lilypads of Fertility. And let's see, if we do... I think we can actually go down 2 more. I'm trying to think how this would work, because we would have... they work in a range of up to 4 blocks above. So let's think about this for a minute. We would have water, Lilypad, block. Yeah, so let's start from here. So this would be a Lilypad, water, block, Lilypad, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so really there's only, I think there's only, it's only worth having 1 extra layer. So let's just fill this in. And yes, I know this is like diorite and it's really ugly down here, but you're not going to see any of this anyway. This will all be covered up. So we'll go here. There we go. And then we're going to go water bucket, water bucket. And we'll just put those in. And there we go. This is, so we'll have a layer of Lilypads right here underneath. And then right here, this, wait a minute. Is that right? No. This level. Yeah, so boop, boop. Here, here. And then, yeah. So this stuff is all going to get covered up, right? Because we're going to have Lilypads up at this level instead. So we'll do something like this, and then we can just tear these out for the minute. I can probably turn my coin of fortune back on. And then let's go and make a bunch of Lilypads. So we need to go Lilypad of Fertility. I need to make a whole bunch of these guys. And then we'll just make a whole bunch of Lilypads. And that should be enough. We don't need like tons and tons and tons of them. But we'll put 9 right there. And then on top of these, ooh, come back you, Lilypad, there we go. And then on top of that, this is where we put this stuff. And then we'll have water going around the edges here. But I think, as I'm looking at this, I think we do want to decorate this room at least a little bit, just so it doesn't look so bad. So let's grab some of those white blocks like this, and let's also grab a little bit of bone meal and some cobble so I can make more, because I think I'm probably going to need a few more of those white blocks. Okay, there we go. So we'll go fill that in. These will be white blocks right here, because this is all going to get covered up. We want all of this to be white blocks as well. And then we are going to want to be able to see in here. So let's see. We'll probably have glass like this. So I'm thinking, let's tear these walls out. Oh, I just realized there's like cables and stuff running here, but that's fine. That's totally okay. And actually that's good, because I'm going to need to run some refined storage cables anyway to some of the machinery for this area. so that we can kind of clean it up and make it all nice and pretty and stuff. Let's fill that in, fill those in. There we go. And we'll just make all of that white. We'll do the same here. I want to keep an eye on that cable, so I'm not going to fill that in right this second, but we'll get there. So we do that, and then for a ceiling in here, I think we probably want to go... probably the kind of same chisel design that we've used. So let's do this. Let's tear out that. And then we'll see, do I have any of those factory blocks left? I totally do. Good. And do I have any of those opal lamps left? I do. Nice. So we'll just go boop, 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 boop. Like that. Throw an opal lamp in right here so there's light. And then basically around the edges, we'll end up using, what are they? Framed? Yeah, here we go. So I need some of those. And then I need some of these gray blocks right here as well. Because we're going to put those right around like that. Looking good. Beautiful. Okay, so that's kind of what the room's going to look like, although I think I want to tear that out. Maybe I want to raise this part up, like one block. I think I do. I think I want to raise this little part right here. I'm just going to bring it up one block from where it is right now. So we'll just do something like this. There we go. Take all that. Take out a 9x9 right there. Throw that up. Throw some white blocks in. Up there. Looking good. Now we can do the factory blocks, the lamp, and finally the gray. And that way we can have a 3x3 window, which I think will just end up looking much better. And then finally apply those gray blocks. Why did that? Maybe it was a ghost block or something. I don't know. Either way, that's all good. And then let's see here. We need this to go away. We need this to like wrap around until it gets to here. And that way we can see this cable, because we're going to have a harvester right here that's going to harvest all the stuff. Although I'm also thinking about it, we may actually need 2 cables running to it. Because the one I'm going to use is going to run on coal. So or charcoal, probably. Yeah, probably charcoal. So let's leave it, let's do it this way. Let's say this will kind of come down as well. We'll put that right here. Okay, so that's all good. This all looks fine. And now it's just a matter of getting the necessary stuff in place. So let's put all of that away. I'm going to hold on to my lily pads for now. And what we need is one of the harvesters from Cyclic. And the reason we're using this instead of a harvester from Industrial Foregoing is because this guy does not require power. I mean, well, actually, it can totally run on power. I don't need to give it coal. I could just do power. So come to think of it, that's probably the better solution. And the range is big enough that we can keep it out of the way of the lily pads. So let's grab some flux ducts. Let's see. I probably want this guy to be right on top of this, right? Yeah, so that's facing the right side. Let's change this to a 5x5. I don't think it will pick up Lilypads of Fertility, but we'll find out. Area will attempt to harvest the whole area at once. Okay, that's totally good. And then where is my nearest power conduit? Right there. Lovely. So that's actually perfect. So all we need to do is... Whoa, look at that. Look at these guys just hanging out in the conduits down here. Holy cow. Okay. Wow. They're spawning. They must be spawning from the spawner. It's the only thing that makes sense. But oh, wow. That kind of, that caught me by surprise a little bit, I have to admit. That's fine, though. So there we go. This thing should now have power. And it totally does. So that's all good. Show the preview. Okay. That all seems good to me. So we can hide that now. And then basically, we just need to hook this up to the refined storage system. And then it's all good to go. So let's grab a cable. Let's grab an importer. We're going to probably need to make one. Because I don't think... Oh, look at that. I do have what I need. Even better. All right, good. So we'll put that right here. And then... Of course, I'm going to have to tear out a little bit more space. That's fine. No big deal. We want to run cables like so. There we go. Put that here. Put that here. Put that one there. That all seems good. Okay, awesome. We're basically done. For the most part, anyway. Let me grab a water bucket. Actually, I need another... water bucket. There we go. And actually, while I'm at it, can I get a couple of white blocks? Lovely. So let's just put... Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Over here, right? Yeah. So we want to cover this up. We want to put water around the edges. Like so. And then we can put our lily pads on top of here. That looks good. We'll put another white block right here, I guess. I'll probably want to put some sort of covering over this, but I don't know what yet. So I looked into, that reminds me, I looked into why Chisels and Bits isn't working with the refined storage conduits and, you know, basically making covers for them. It requires another mod called MC Multipart, which is not actually in this mod pack. Why it's not in the mod pack, I don't know, but it's not. So at least that's what I think I figured out. Anyway, we need glass. And then we need some sort of hoe and a couple of seeds. Beautiful. So I think if we take our hoe and we do this, and then we plant our seeds, these should grow like relatively quick with all the lily pads. Yeah, they're growing fairly quickly. And then this thing should harvest them. Harvest? Why are you not harvesting? Oh, always on. There we go. That would do it. There. So now this thing will harvest the wheat, harvest the seeds, all that kind of good stuff. And basically, that's going to provide me a steady income of wheat, which is exactly what I need. So that's gorgeous. It's totally working as intended. Now, we need to make sure that we have a spot in our storage room for wheat and seeds. And actually, let's sleep real quick too while we're at it. Because if we don't have enough storage space for this, it's gonna be bad. Like, we're gonna overflow our system. So this is good. Yep, seeds. Let's make sure. I think what we should do, we'll probably put some upgrades on there and then add the void upgrade as well. So we can put basically all of this stuff away. And then let's look at upgrades. All right, I've got a couple upgrade templates already made. So let's make like a few of these. That makes me 4. And then we want the void upgrade, which will essentially destroy any extra stuff that gets put into the system to keep it from overflowing. Oh, I actually need that on here as well. I just realized. So do one of those, do that. There we go. And let's actually make one more void upgrade to put on the cactus thing, because the cactus thing is completely full. And I'm sure my system is probably overflowing with cactus right now. Okay, awesome. So we've got that all sorted out. That should work. Now let's see if we can figure out a way to make this whole chisel thing work for us the way we want. I think what I'm gonna have to do... Oh, and actually, if we're gonna be working with chisels and bits, like, we need bit bags, because otherwise it just becomes a disaster. So let's go and grab some of these chiseled white blocks. And let's just see, first of all, am I wrong? Yeah, it definitely will not let me place that there. So let's say, let's put a block here. And let's go drawn region and go to there. And then we can break this. So it's sticking out by like a tiny bit. But I think that's okay. And then I suppose we could just cover up the whole thing like this, and that would work. That should totally work for us. That should be good. Okay. Also, I can't help but notice that there's a hole in the floor right there, so let's patch that. And now that we know that this is a thing, what we can probably do is something very similar right here, although undo. Let's start it there instead and just bring it up like that. So we'll do that and that, and then I guess we can go like so, and that will kind of cover up all of this, so it should be good now. And I suppose we could even be a little sneaky. Oh, really? You're gonna be like that? Undo. Okay. Well, since this thing wants to be a little goofy, it looks like that's as far as we can make it go. Let's do... excuse me? Why will you not... Oh, because this is the half block. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll just do something like this. It's not like the prettiest thing in the world, and it looks a little funky, but it'll have to get the job done if we want to cover up those panels. I suppose the other thing we could maybe do is design something here that looks kind of like a grate, maybe? Or something like that. I don't know. But I think for now this works. But yeah, the chisels and bits definitely does not work with refined storage in this pack. With the keyword being in this pack. It works in most packs, but apparently, as I said, you need... Oh, did I really do that? I really did. Okay, well, this has silk touch on it. Hide the area. There we go. Now it should work fine. So we've got our little farm in here. It'll work. That's going to provide us a bunch of wheat. We should be set. Now that we have a good source of wheat, we're already up to 290, which is awesome because I don't think we actually had like any before. We might have had a tiny bit, but it wasn't much. Now what we can do, let's see if I can make an exporter, and I totally can. And now we can grab that and some more cables. And now we can hook this up to our cow farm and export wheat there so we can get back to making large quantities of liquid meat, which is our food source. So let's see here. We've got cables running. Where do we have cable? We have cables running here. I believe our cow farm is up there. You know what we should probably do? Let's just, let's bust into it like here. I know our cow farm is like back here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I'm like completely off. Tell you what. Let's put this stuff back. Let's do it this way. We need to come over here. I know that somewhere in here, yeah, right there, there's a little bit where I can get through. And then, I really don't want any cows to go up here. So why don't we just bust out a hole there? There we go. Okay, so where does this pop out? Right here? Okay, well that's actually pretty easy then. Because that means there should be refined storage stuff right there. Lovely. That's what we're looking for. Okay, awesome. So now that we know that, we can put you here. We can grab these cables, run some going this way. There we go. And that should all be connected. Good, good, good. Bring that to here. This is our animal feeder. So we put an exporter right there. And then all we need to do is put some wheat into that thing, and it should automatically export wheat. So just grab a tiny bit of that. Also, I thought of something else as well. I think we should probably look at... Where is it? Right here. We should probably look at this farm real quick, because I'll betcha that this thing... Oh, no, it is totally keeping up. Okay, I was going to say, I thought I might need to put speed upgrades on this importer, but it looks like it's doing just fine. It's keeping up no problem. So, okay, disregard. That's totally fine. So now we want... Come over here. In, please. There we go. Go to our exporter right there and say, start exporting wheat into this thing. It will do so. It will use it to breed all the cows. We'll start getting cows again. And then, therefore, we will start getting liquid meat again, which is something that I was not getting before because I didn't have any good way to get it. I wasn't making wheat to breed the cows, so now we should be set. I'm thinking, though, that maybe we should upgrade the tanks there. So let's go tank. Let's make 2 quantum tanks, which means I need 2 iron gears to make 2 machine frames, to make a few more buckets. Let's just make a bunch. There we go. 2 quantum tanks. And then I think... Did I ever get this bit sorted out properly? I think so. Pink slime. Oh, rip. Okay, well, this is fine. This is easy enough. We just go black hole tank, black hole tank. I need another bucket, preferably before that thing kills anything, but we should have a couple minutes because it takes a little while for the cows to mature. So we'll just go bucket. And let's see here. We go 1 there, 1 here. Liquid meat goes in there. Liquid slime goes in here, right? So that now is pink slime. This now is liquid meat. Good, good, good. And then let's grab this. And I believe you go whitelist like so. Liquid meat. Pink slime. Come on. There. Okay. So now this should be set up properly and it should run the stuff the way we want. And then it's just a matter of emptying those into here or draining them or whatever, but that's not really all that important. In fact, I can probably just put these into our system and call it a day. There we go. So we've got an automated farming setup, and on top of that, we're now finally producing liquid meat again, so I don't have to worry about living off of potatoes. So this is good. Unfortunately, though, guys, I am out of time for this episode, so I gotta call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.